Good morning. Well, I suppose I should start with yesterday's victory. You'll notice I have my elephant gun shirt on this morning. Oh, yes, they won yesterday. Someone wrote and said they didn't like the name Elephant Gun and wondered how they came up with it. Well, I wasn't there when they came up with it at all. It was created even before my son was in the band. The original band was Trevor and David and a young drummer named Jake, who now plays with us at the New Way. He's our drummer at the New Way, and he was the original drummer in Elephant Gun. But at the time, he was just a young teenager. I think he's only 20 right now. And he couldn't make a lot of their gigs and everything, so they needed someone that was a little bit older. And my son, as soon as my son's and his wife split up, Dave Pastorius suggested to Trevor that they get Tom, because Dave Pastorius and my son have been friends for a very long time. So my son was invited to sit in for Elephant Gun at a gig one night that Jake could not make, and Jake never did make another one because they decided to go with Tommy. Not because Jake was a bad drummer, he's a wonderful drummer. But he was just young and, again, could not make, because of his age, he was unable to play in some places and unable to make some of the gigs. So anyway, the name was created before my son was even involved, and he was the add-on. But they've been playing together, what now? I don't remember if it's 4 or 5 years that they've been playing together. But they are going to Nashville, and I thank all of you for your support. And that's not what today is about. But it's been a very focused thing for me over the past few days, especially in all of this voting. And I congratulate the Zebedee Rays from the United Kingdom. I mean, they put up a valiant effort. But Elephant Gun in the final analysis was able to pull ahead, and many, many people from around the world helped put Elephant Gun on the road to Nashville. And for that, I'm very grateful. Every Thursday I go to a book study group, and we're studying the book Dare to Be Yourself by Alan Cohen. An excellent book that talks about living an authentic life. And in yesterday's group, we actually did a group visioning together. And I'm going to share the group visioning with everyone this morning, and I'm entitling this talk, What is God's Highest Vision for My Life? And we all did this for the first half hour or so of the group yesterday. It meets for 2 hours every Thursday morning from 10 till noon. And we began by saying together, I am ready, willing, and able to accept more good than I have ever experienced, imagined, manifested, or expressed before. And then we were asked to sit, as the music behind us was playing the crystal bowls and a meditative music. We were asked to ask ourselves, what is God's highest vision for my life? And I ask you to ponder that same question, but I am going to share my answers to each of the questions with you this morning, so that you might consider for yourself why you're here. What is your purpose for being here? Are we supposed to be, do, or achieve anything? Have you ever thought about what your Creator might want you to know? These are loaded and powerful questions you might want to consider as we move forward in this 9th wave that is shifting everything on our planet. So I invite you to do just that. What is God's highest vision for my life? the answer came without effort and pretty immediately, is to achieve mastery as a spiritual being living in a physical body. So many spiritual people bemoan their bodies. And Spirit is saying to me, be thankful for your body. It is a wonderful gift. It serves you. It serves your experience. And that's true of all of us. Regardless of what we think of our body is here to serve us. In fact, everything in creation is here to serve us if we can but see it that way. It's not about putting ourselves down, our physical bodies down, as some of the Gnostics used to do, and as people in the spiritual circles sometimes still do. The body is seen as bad and evil. No, it's to achieve mastery while living in a spiritual body, not trying to escape it and go to heaven somewhere, but right here, right now, to become a master of your own life. And that's what we are here to master. That's what I'm here to master. I'm here to master my own life, to understand my own life. The second question was, what is the feeling, the tone, or the essence of this vision? And once again, peace was the first word that came to me without effort. And there was an assurance that this indeed was why I am here. To be a master, and to bring peace first, within my own heart, within my own being, in the midst of whatever circumstances I find myself. Peace and assurance that I am infinite and eternal. The third question, what is it I must be or become to empower this vision? And Spirit was very clear with me that I must be totally honest in every aspect of my life. I've had, as many of us, as probably all of us have had, a tendency to lie to myself and want to think of myself differently than what I'm actually experiencing, what are actually my feelings, what I'm going through. We have such a strong tendency. In our chapter that we looked at in the book was, let me look at it real quick here, was dare to feel. So many times in our lives, and we don't allow ourselves to feel what we feel because we consider it a bad feeling and we're not supposed to be there, so we try to sugarcoat it and deny what we feel. And that's a total dishonesty and a total lack of authenticity and integrity when we do that. And yet many people still do it. I've done it myself. I think we've all done it if we are honest with ourselves. We want to be accepted and acceptable, so we put on the happy face instead of the true face. We wear the mask of hypocrisy instead of showing forth the authentic beauty of being human. So I ask you to think about that. Are you being authentic in your life? Are you willing to tell the truth? That was the question that came to me. That I must be totally honest in every aspect of my life in order to empower the highest vision of me, to become the highest me that I am capable of being right here, right now. What is it I must release to be an open space for this vision? And along the same light of the previous answer, I must release all resistance to telling the total truth as I know or perceive it to be. Isn't that exactly what I do in these Ninth Wave videos? Those of you that have been listening for a long time and continue to listen, you realize that wherever I am, I share my truth with you. But I do that on an intimate and personal level with myself and with my friends to the best of my ability. Yeah, sometimes I withhold. which is a pattern I'd rather not do, but even that I understand and I allow. As you'll see in the next couple of questions, there's 6 questions altogether. I need to allow myself to be where I am, but I need to be honest with myself where I am. Telling me especially the total truth as I know it. So important, folks. So important. What is it I must embrace to allow this vision? What must I get my arms around? My answer that came in the meditation was the knowledge that I am always in a place of grace, and that the Father's greatest wish for me is to be fulfilled. I have to see that no matter what happens, it is the grace of God working in my life. I have to see and know that it is God's highest will for me, my higher self's will for me, to be fulfilled in every aspect of my life. That's what we're able to co-create in this 9th wave if we will see it. That we are here to find fulfillment and to experience fulfillment. We've all experienced frustration, folks. We've all experienced the dark side of our life. We've all experienced that. But that's not the purpose. The purpose is to see beyond that and to co-create together the life that's written in our heart, the life that we are meant to live, to dare to be ourself, our unique individual self. And the final question in the exercise yesterday, is there anything else to be known at this time, and what are the next steps? What came to me then was that all circumstances are divine gifts sent to bring me to a place of mastery. I ask you to consider that that might be what Spirit wants you to know. That everything that happens, no matter what you're going through, that they're all divine gifts sent to you, by your higher self, to empower you to become the beautiful, authentic soul, expressing in a body that you were created and designed for. And it's happening now, at this time. It's all grace, folks. God's not going to beat you up. Even when you're beating yourself up, God is not doing that to you. You're doing it to you. God is love. Unconditional, gracious, merciful love. That's the wisdom of God, the gift for you, to see in all circumstances the beauty and the meaning behind what's happening. And as always, the next steps for each of us, for myself included, is to pay attention and to respond to whatever's in front of you. Whether it's a circumstance, whether it's a thought, whether it's a feeling, to respond. Not just simply react from the unconscious, but to respond from the consciousness, the knowing that we are here and we are divine children of a loving Creator, regardless of religion, regardless of where we live on the planet, regardless of the culture we've grown up in, regardless of all the things that divide us. We are here to express our divine nature, which is truly our human nature. You may not believe that, but I do, and I ask you to consider it today as you ponder the things that I've shared. Namaste, and may God bless you. Thank you for listening.